Can you talk about the difficulties that a store has as far as delivering, right? And what I mean by that is order comes through, there's a pick process that needs to happen and occur in a store standpoint. So can you talk to some of the difficulties they have and maybe some of the technologies that are coming out that can help kind of drive more efficiencies on that side of things?
So click and collect as an example. One of our customers does that right now. I noticed yesterday, I was in the grocery store here in Bay Village, and I saw a young lady with a device, and she was checking off as she went around the aisle and picked and put it in the basket and then packaged that, brought it to the front of the store for delivery. That's great. The problem is exiting the store. If that customer says, I can't pick it up, that last mile is a critical element. How do we do that? But the efficiency of watching her, and I kind of followed her around because I was shopping in the same area, picking up a recipe that I made for dinner last night, which was wonderful. And what was interesting was watching her and how inefficient it really was. So that also the store itself becomes this focal point about efficiency in shopping, not only from a physical perspective, people walking that store, how they set it up, how they, tendency is all the healthy foods are on the outside of the store. In the middle of the store is most of your processed stuff. So I think there's this shift not only from a health perspective, but also from an efficiency in shopping and picking application, where the application might work, but the way that it's picked and the way it's delivered is really inefficient right now, especially in the grocery industry. Whereas, you go pick up a dress, you box it, and you got it ready to go. That's different. Where it's multiples and multiples, that e-commerce system really has to do a good job of projecting to the employee, where do I go to get the stuff so I can get it into the cart and get it out to the curbside.
Yeah. And that's a big challenge for IT executives, yes, right? When you're sitting out there, right? You've got, it's money, but it's also, employees that have to act efficiently within a store, and you have to obviously deliver in a certain time. But again, to be able to do it efficiently and be able to track all that stuff is a struggle that a lot of them are trying to figure out right now. One of the big customers that we work with, a major sporting goods store, right? They have a fantastic app where it's very good customer facing, but they're completely ripping it out and redoing it because of the struggles they have with the back side of things and in delivering to the actual customers that are going to go with it. So, Greg, can you go through just some technologies that kind of help, a store associate, or I guess what you're seeing the trends come from the Zebra standpoint?
Yeah, so we talked a little bit about 5G, and that's going to run on a Zebra device, maybe a TC57, TC whatever it might be. Yeah. So the processing power is crucial. That app that's going to be running there is crucial. Then you start talking about, okay, I'm a customer, I'm going into a retailer, who's going to help me find something, or how do I find things? We're just talking about efficiencies in the store and how do you go about finding things. So some things like, as opposed to just getting updates via chat, there's going to be a lot of chat functions, a lot of texting functions taking place. And in real time, more than just, hey, we have this, maybe it's a real-time discussion you're having with a sales associate who's assisting and helping with that. So we see that as an emerging component as far as the customer experience and how they communicate once they get in a store to make it efficient to find things. In addition, a technology like voice, like Push-to-Talk Pro, enables that communication in the store for the sales associates to speak very quickly, verbal commands, hey, aisle, whatever it is, and they can react very quickly as well, where areas may need restocking, customers are sitting waiting, things of that nature. So that ability to communicate for the store associates to get to assist the actual customer is going to be crucial itself. So those are some things that we see that are definitely part of the equation, but mobility is the key. And there is a whole array of mobile devices, not only for the consumer with their smartphones that they're bringing in, but they're going to interact with the sales associates that carry those devices too, and allowing for the POS to take place in a mobile fashion as opposed to waiting. So we see that also as an emergence.
Yeah, I agree with you. We see the communication aspect is just as important as everything, right? Communication, the standpoint of group and team huddles, right, aren't necessarily happening right now. So whether it's everyone has a two-way radio or everybody has a mobile device that obviously connects to the curbside pickup, it allows an associate to help out a store customer come through and pick out a device or pick out a product that may not be on the shelves, that they can ship directly to the store and different things like that. But the communication within a store has become more important just for a safety standpoint and a purpose standpoint too, to make sure that everybody's acting as efficiently as
I should
possible.
have highlighted that technology allows for all those functions to take place on one device.
Yep.
And that's key, because you want to simplify things for the store associates too, the sales associates, to be able to act and utilize these different applications.
I think what Greg is saying is absolutely true, and the other thing is that communication piece, so that human interaction, that the part that we do at Spectralink with voice communication and the ability to deliver interoperability across various call control platforms and integrating and doing those things to bring that piece of it into play as well. But I think what Greg mentioned about, we've got consumers now coming in with their own smartphones. Those smartphones are smart and they have a lot of information on them. So we need to be able to match up to them. But more importantly than that is really delivering that customer service piece, because that brand, that whether it's a Macy's, a Nordstrom's, or Meijer or whomever, that name sits out there. I went to Meijer today, or I went to Macy's today, and they said, boy, I got in and out of there really fast. It was great, good experience. That goes a long way to building the brand of a retailer, and they need that. And so that it goes back to what Greg mentioned, not only the efficiency in a single device, but matching to the consumer and their expectations and delivering that good customer experience.